Story time. You already know what it is. You got your man off top. Story time, okay? So this is a Discog issues that I went through last night, and this is just a warning to anybody that's trying to import their or export their files to, say for instance, if you're trying to export your files or import your files from what they call it, from your catalog or your inventory over to your collection, don't do it. I'll explain why. You can do it, but you got to do it manually. What happened was when I attempted to export my catalog over onto the collection box, or the portion where it says collection, like you get to see your collection. It's sort of like a storefront of some sort. Like when you first go on someone's page, or any page on Discogs, they'll display their collection first. You won't even see their inventory, but their collection kind of gives you an idea of what their inventory consists of. So as a result, I followed the directions and whatnot, and I ended up downloading a CSV or exporting a CSV file so I can import it onto the collections file. Bad idea. For some odd reason, and maybe I missed a step and so forth, but what happened was it backfired because it basically uploaded everything. It relisted everything that I sold in the past. So my inbox was, you can only imagine, my inbox was popping like heavy. So I'm like, wait a minute. So I'm like, man, and it was randomly all at once. That's what was even funnier. So I'm trying to upload or whatever. I'm doing something else at the time. I'm thinking, okay, they uploading onto collections. It's uploading onto inventory, right? Because what I did was I dragged the CSV file onto the desktop, and then there's a box that allows you to upload onto Discogs. So it gave me the choice to do that. So as a result, for some odd reason, it uploaded to inventory. So whatever you do, if you do use a CSV to go log on, to upload onto collections, your collection, it won't. You're better off just manually going on. Like say for instance, if you want, James Brown's greatest hits, there's going to be 3 dots to the right of that title that's going to allow you to press collections, and it'll automatically go to collections, and it'll show that you have that particular pressing in collections. That's the fun part of the story. So it gets better. So I'm basically answering people, letting them know, hey, it was a tech error. Please disregard it. I send you your money back. I sent so many refunds back. It was not even funny, But I got this one order that came through, which was funny because at first she said, well, it was a good, she had a good attitude or whatever. No, that was one particular buyer. Excuse me, that was one particular buyer. We were cool. Every other buyer was cool except this one buyer. Okay. What happened as a result, she basically just went off. And, after I explained to her that it was a tech error for me trying to upload onto collections, it wasn't supposed to relist. But what happens is when you try to upload the CSV from your inventory, it basically re-uploads whatever, that includes whatever you had before and whatever you sold. So I think one record that came, I forgot what record it was some heaters too. It was this one group. Anyhow, fast forward, as soon as I see the orders, I'm looking to see if they're current or previous orders. So all the previous orders that I already sent out of those pressings, I immediately canceled and sent them their money back immediately. Because you want to be honest and do the right thing, and you want to maintain integrity with your account. So obviously I didn't have the record. I already sold it. So this one lady, man, she was too quiet. You know how when people are too quiet, something you just kind of feel something, right? So I ended up talking with her later on, but she went on my comment page and sent a nasty review. He didn't send me my order. Da, 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 da. It just got funny. So I had to check her respectfully and let her know, hey, ma'am, you're not a customer. You just sent, because what happened was she sent an invoice. She placed an order, but she didn't pay for it. So when that happens, you're not a customer. When you send the money, you're a customer automatically. That's by law. Okay, so I had to let her know and remind her, hey, go look at your Discogs guidelines, because what happens is a lot of people get in their feelings and, they want to give people bad ratings. And if you look at my ratings, they're flawless. I'm just saying, because I understand customer service and I know people want quality. We're in the business of quality and making people happy and making sure they get what they want. Okay. So in this particular case, I explained to her, ma'am, you cannot leave, comments or reviews on the feedback page if you didn't send any money. It's just plain and simple. But what happened was she went on this rant. He didn't send me my package and woo. And I'm like, it ain't even 24 hours yet. What happened was, I guess she felt, a certain way that I had canceled the order, because what happened was she wanted that song. So I went on to explain to her, I said, hey, going on someone's feedback page, leaving the comments that basically are defaming. Defamation is something that you should take very seriously. Okay, especially when you're leaving comments. Stick to the facts, not feelings. So I had to bring her back around, bring her back down to earth, and let her know, hey, ma'am, you're not a customer. You didn't send any money. You just placed an order and I canceled it. Therefore, you do not have the liberty of going on my feedback page, leaving any comment, positive or negative, because you're not a customer. So, after that, I let her know that, hey, I'm going to take this a step further. I immediately got a message back from her saying, and she was venting. Okay. So I let her know, she basically informed me that, I just really wanted that record. I've been looking for that 45. And you got to be careful. You got to understand the mindset of each customer. Everybody's different. Try to gauge personalities, and vet while you're at it. You gotta vet these people, because what happens is you'll run into a fanatic that's been looking for a 45, and trust me, I've been there, but not at the level to where I'm going off the rail and talking crazy to people and leaving just comments that are just out of pocket. It's like, so she explained it to me. She says, you don't understand. I've been trying to find this 45 forever. And, you didn't have it. And I felt bad. And I'm like, again, ma'am, what does that have to do with the price of apples? I didn't even respond at that point. I just blocked her. So if you run into customers like that, try not to get into a back and forth with them too much. Just stick with the law and stick with the Discogs rules. So shout out to Discogs, because they've been very, diligent in handling cases where there are disputes and there are issues where, customers basically, end up lying and not telling all the facts, and just basically on the side of the consumer and the buyer. Again, when it comes to business, stick to your facts. It is not your facts. It's not about how you feel at the time. And this lady, she had been looking for this 45. She let me know how she felt and what time of day it was. And I said, ma'am, you can shout till the cows come home. What Flavor Flav said, I can't do nothing for you, man. And what's funny is it was a cold 45 too. It was a cold record, or a 7-inch record, for those people that don't know what a 45 is, what I'm referring to. I sold it to somebody in Detroit maybe like a couple of weeks ago, so that was even funnier. I forgot I even had it, but nevertheless, this goes back to the CSV uploading. Just be careful when you're uploading in terms of your the collection section of Discogs. just manually do it. Don't try to upload any files, unless you have a expert there to, work with you on that. All right. I hope all is well. Don't forget to check me out too. Unique74mag.com. And you can also check out my Discogs store, Rotary Slang. Have a beautiful and safe week, year, all of that good stuff. Concentrate on the vision, not the appearances. One love.